Hello, I hope you're having a great last Wednesday, the 30th of June. My name is Nancy Burt-Preece. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here to share with you a little bit more from Expressions in Ink. I shared with you a Facebook Live. Yes, I'm hoping to get the bugs out for the next one I do. This is a video because I was going to be gone on Wednesday, so I am pre-recording this so that you will be able to see it on my Wednesday video. So I had showed you the beginning of this one, I think, the other day of a corner latch card. I cased this idea from Flower Bugs Ink Spot, which I think is Leanne Greff, and her great ideas. She's a great demonstrator, so I do tend to case her a lot, and I always try to give her credit because she is a wonderful designer. So basically, she started out with a piece. This is Pale Papaya at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then she trimmed off 2 3/4. And that's this part. So I love that you still use it. She also, her two DSP pieces are the same, 2 1/2 by 4. Then this is a 2 1/4 inch square, and I just cut it on the diagonal. I think I showed you last time just to put a little bit of liquid glue along the outside so that you can tuck your corner in. This is Stitch So Sweetly dies. You know, I love those. And then these are one of the dies that come in the dies that go with this set, which are called artistic dies, and I'll show it to you. And you can see I haven't mounted them still. Here's this die, which I was excited. I've seen so many people use it, so I was excited to use it. And if you notice, I cut it apart. So I'll show you the full thing in a card in a minute, but this one I actually cut apart. And then I stamped hello on this one, thanks. Just a little bit. Oh, I also stamped this in Pale Papaya and Pear Pizzazz and cut out with the dies that match those. So these are my corner latch cards. I hope that you are enjoying this way to make cards, and make sure when you're doing it to leave this part open so you can actually latch your card shut. Now, I was casing and I saw Jackie Williams. She has different colors and did hers just a little bit different. But basically, she took this amazing designer series paper, and she didn't give measurements, but I decided I wanted them 1 inch by 3 inches, and I popped them up on dimensionals. I put them on top of a piece by 4 by 5 1/4 of white. I embossed it with the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. And so I embossed it. This is Soft Succulent, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I also have a little strip for the inside, just kind of jazzes it up a little. And so what I did is I just kind of did them randomly, and I'm veering off Jackie Williams' design here, but I think it's really neat. Then I used another piece of my Stitch So Sweetly dies. I'm going to adhere this over to the side, and I wanted to show you the die cut piece and what I'm going to do with it. So I'm just kind of putting this over here, if you can see it, to the side. Now, here is the full die cut piece. Remember, I trimmed off different parts of it and used it on some of my cards as little accents. This is gold foil. But for this one, I wanted to use the whole thing. So how do you get glue on the back of something? Well, I've heard people use aluminum foil. This is, what are those things? Silicone craft sheets. And what I would do, and you can notice I still got these little guys. Sometimes if I just take my scissors, you can take your pick tool also. Mine seems to be MIA right now, so I'm using my scissors. And I am just poking them and trying to make sure they're not going to be in there. And you see, sometimes they stick for all of us. And I get that pretty much cleaned up, okay? Once again, when you're running these dies, please run them through your Big Shot a couple of times. And then take your, mine is old, but there's one that attaches to your, take your pick tool, and it just gets all that little googly stuff so you can see it. It comes right out. And there's other stuff that's coming out of this one. It's kind of dirty. So that will help you with that. Now, once you have it and you're ready to put it on your card, turn it upside down. Take a little of your liquid glue. I call it green glue, but it's Tombow Mono liquid glue. And put a little bit over here. You don't need a ton. It goes a long ways. Then I would take a little part of a sponge. This is my, what I call my glue sponge, because it's kind of sticky. It's been used for glue before. And what I do is I take some of that and I just do it lightly. You don't need a ton. Now, I'm going to, in a little bit more careful way than I'm doing it, attach this to my card front. And I always get glue sticking everywhere. That's just my MO. Isn't that neat? And of course I would let that dry and push it down as I'm going. And that's how you attach that. And you'll say, well, what do I do with this? The beautiful thing is you let this dry and then it just picks right off, and you can get it right off the silicone craft sheet. If you have aluminum foil, you would just throw that out. So some neat, different cards with this stamp set and beautiful dies. So if you decide in July that you would like to get a kit from me, you'll actually get 4 cards. You can get one of those. You can say, I really like the pink, or I really like the pale papaya. A corner latch. You're going to get one of these beautiful ones. A kit for that, a kit for this, a kit for this, and a kit for that. So I hope you think about adding on a kit with your July order. And I hope you've enjoyed Expressions in Ink. When we get back together, I'll just have the 3 we did today here. When we get back together, which will be in July, I will share with you, hopefully this week, now that I'm back and kind of getting organized, some other things that we're going to be focusing on for the month of July. I hope you had a great June. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope you can use some of these techniques and ideas. Thanks so much.